possible difference between a stressful heart and peaceful heart. How this difference impact our normal life.
Okay, so when we're stressed, for example, it takes and puts what's called our heart rhythms into chaos. Now, when we're generating these chaotic rhythms because of an emotional response, it creates desynchronization in the nervous system. That's not good. It sends signals from the heart back to the brain that begin to shut down the higher perceptual centers in our brain. All that means is we can't think as clearly. We won't make as good of decisions. When we learn to switch those heart rhythms and we turn those heart rhythms from chaotic into coherent, you can see there'll be a pattern. It's a smooth pattern like this. It's a coherent pattern. What happens then is the heart sends signals to the brain that open the brain up. They open up the higher perceptual centers of the brain. It's called cortical facilitation. What that means is we have access to our full intelligence capacity. So we'll have a tendency to make better decisions or to say the right thing. And this is how it impacts our daily life. We just behave differently when we have full access to our intelligence. And the heart has a lot to do with that. And the heart rhythms are the heart's method of communication.
I love it because for Ho'oponopono would be the difference between coming from memories, programs, the part of us that thinks it knows, or inspiration. So you give permission to inspiration to guide you. So
well
you
said,
take decisions from inspiration, act from inspiration.
That's really cool.
Yes, in Ho'oponopono, the memory we share of memory, and you clean for us.
Yes.
And the vibration of a peaceful heart, or this not chaotic heart, impact the other people, impact all the world.
Absolutely. See, the heart is an electrical organ, and it produces a lot of electricity in our bodies, and because of that, it creates an electromagnetic field that surrounds us 360 degrees. That field actually extends outside the body about this far. So right now, you and I are interfacing,
yes.
And we are sharing fields, right? Well, the information in that field, the frequencies is what it would be called, change all the time. And what changes those frequencies or that information is our emotions. So if we are feeling a strong negative emotion like frustration or anger, other people feel that. It does influence them. They sense that in some way and they feel it. On the other side, however, if we're feeling more loving or caring or compassionate, people can feel that, right? And that's why it feels good to be around some people at times and not so good at other times. A lot of that is what they're really feeling emotionally, and it can be emotions that you're not even aware of. They're not showing signs of frustration.
Yes, yes.
They look okay, but inside,
I know. We all know what we feel inside.
Inside, there's this frustration going on.
Yes, we put a face. We say yes.
But the heart doesn't lie.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it still communicates that, and we sense those things, and that's how the heart communicates with others in many ways, is through the energetic fields produced by the heart.
Yeah, so I always say we don't communicate only by word, yes?
No.
And sometimes you don't even have to say a word. And in Ho'oponopono, we talk about erasing memories, and when it gets erased from you, it gets erased from everybody. You change, everything changes.
Right.
Yeah, and we could learn to change everything. Is the intelligence of the heart involve learning? How can the people learn to be or to have an intelligent heart, or better, how the boys, the child, the kid could learn to be more, to have more intelligence over heart?
Well, let's first talk about adults.
Yeah.
The first way adults need to learn is to slow this mind down a little bit.
Yes,
it's always
definitely.
thinking, processing, moving from one thing to the next, checking our cell phones, doing all this. And the intelligence of the heart is always there. The voice of the heart is there, but you can't hear it.
Yes.
Because everything is moving so much here. So for adults, they need to learn to slow things down a little. To pause between activities, to be conscious of what's going on in themselves and in the environment that they're in, and really be more observant. As they begin to observe, the intelligence of the heart will naturally grow. Now, as for children, you see, children already have a lot of heart intelligence.
Sure.
They're born with it. It's part of who we are as human beings, and so they're born with it. And children have, like, you think about it, children. 2 children can be like at the playground at school, and they're playing, and they have a little fight, and the teacher comes and pulls them away. Well, 5 minutes later, they're friends.
Yes.
And they're
but
playing.
the parents, if
Playing,
the parents get to defend
the parents
them.
find out, and he goes and so. But the children are like, man, so what?
I know, it's the natural, it's life.
It's natural.
It's life.
But what happens to children is that they begin to have that heart intelligence sort of programmed out of them.
Exactly.
Part of how they're
and they observe us. They don't listen.
They observe,
so
right.
we need to be the model. We need to learn this.
That's right.
More than the
children learn the most from what they see in others, what the parents and what the environment that they're in, the people that they're with, the school they're in, all that. All that is they're observing that more than you realize.
Yes.
And they're learning from it, and they're modeling their behavior.
Exactly.
Because it's natural for them to want to be like the others.
Yeah. So we need to learn from them, actually.
Yeah.
We need to go back to being children.
So at HeartMath, one of the aspects of HeartMath, there are many, but one is around education of children. And one of the main things we try to teach children is how to understand their emotions. Because in life,
being okay with.
You can learn academics, and it's important, but you can't always navigate life just with academics.
Oh, no, definitely.
You have to learn about the world of feeling and about how to learn to properly manage emotion. Because in today's world, it's challenging for young people. They are faced with so many challenges I wasn't faced with.
Yes, I know.
I live in a different world than they do.
And I think that what it makes it even harder is that we want them to get in the box like we did,
Yeah.
And they go, because the thinking, if you have a problem, you have to think about it, or you have to worry about it. And the worst thing you can do when you have a problem is think or worry.
I've seen some videos here and there these days from young children. They are amazing.
Yes.
And they're saying these things, and
they're
talking right straight across the board, and they're telling us, what we need to do.
Kids that parents took them out of school, actually, and now they give TED Talks.
There's a woman that is in my Facebook friend group, and she's helping her 6-year-old nephew deal with his emotions. And he told her the other day, she posted this, like, when he wakes up in the morning, he feels so much love that his heart is giving him a big hug. And then when he goes out, when he walks, he leaves heart prints.
Beautiful.
He said that,
it.
a 6-year-old kid,
I love
leaving
it.
heart prints.
Exactly.
When he walks.
I always tell people we need to learn. We need to pay attention because they are our teachers.
Yeah, so they have a natural heart intelligence. Again, they need help.
They are more connected.
They need help to maintain it.
To stay, exactly. I work with kids, and I love it. And I love it because they are the ones that assure me that what I'm saying is not BS,
Yeah.
Because they agree, and they open their eyes, and they share, and it's amazing.
That's right.
The child have a lot of intuition because they are so free. They are in meditate state over the time. What do you think about the intuition and the intelligence of the heart?
Well, to me, intuition and heart intelligence are directly linked. It is through the heart's intelligence that we access what we call intuition, which is a field of information that is nonlinear. It can come to us very quickly. And intuition shows up in many different ways. One is what's called direct knowingness. That means you know something without having figured it all out.
Yeah.
But
you don't know how you know it.
You don't know how you know it, but you have an understanding, and usually it's a feeling you have more than a thought. This feels like the right decision. This feels like the right place to be. It's a feeling that you have.
Yes.
That's one way. And so certainly there's an energetic sensitivity that's associated with intuition and all of that. We know that when heart and brain and body are synchronized, we enter this state called coherence, which is a highly ordered state where everything is functioning in harmony. And when we're in that state, that's when intuition shows up more in our life.
Sure.
And so at HeartMath, in our training programs, even the ones we do in corporations and police departments and military, all those places, there's a module on what's called practical intuition. And what we say in that module, in essence, is that intuition does not have to be grandiose. It's not mystical.
Yeah.
It's not the big invention that you get.
Exactly. And it could come even from anybody.
Right.
Yes?
And it's moment to moment, day to day. It's like knowing if it's the right time to have a certain conversation with someone.
Exactly.
Knowing the type of words to use.
Yeah, exactly. What you're going to say that you don't know where you got it, or the other person tells you, wow, or talking to you and they get the answer. Yes.
A sensitivity.
Exactly.
And that's another way in which we approach it. So, in areas of society that you wouldn't suspect would be receptive. Like, think about policing,
Yes,
police department. They go into someone's home, there's a domestic thing going on.
Violence, sure.
They have to figure that out pretty quick, right?
Yes.
They have to, and they know from history, and they have training and all that, but they have to start figuring out what's going on in here, you know.
But
and
they learn it intellectually, yes.
But they learn intuitionally too. How do you need to address this man right now that's going to calm him down? You know, how do you need to separate these people? Who's this third person over here, and what's their involvement in it? You know, they have to figure all this stuff out.
Sure.
And so they find it very useful to have skills, heart-based skills. That
That's
aren't
wonderful.
looked at
You are getting there.
They're not looked at as spiritual or mystical. Looked at as practical.
Sure.
You know,
That's
a
wonderful.
practical way that you learn to deal with life.
Yeah. So we talk about zero, to going back to zero. So zero is where inspiration lives, And for that you have to be in silence. You have to be in coherence, yes, and just being yourself, and slow down a little bit, and don't buy into the stories.
That's right.
Mabel, actually, you are working on zero frequency.
Oh, by the way, my name is Mabel,
I know.
but in American people call me Mabel.
That's right.
and now I know about your dog.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I'll call you Mabel, your proper pronunciation. Yeah.
But I don't mind because your dog looks like it's a very special dog.
Yes,
so I'm honored.
Well, just by the way, for everyone listening, we're here in Mexico City at Congress of Evolutionary Planning.
Yes.
We're both speakers here. We've been having a great time, large audience, good group, and just taking a few moments to be with you, to share a little bit about the type of subjects that we've been discussing here at the conference.
Exactly, trying to share with them. Maybe the last question.
The last question, maybe you are working in zero frequency.
Yes.
Which is the similarity between
to be coherence, to be in yourself, being in balance, not emotions dominating, not thinking dominating, but being you one with the world, with the universe.
Well, I think that coherence has aspects of that. It puts us in that place where where zero frequency can be experienced.
Exactly.
Where we feel more in alignment with a certain flow of life. We're not so much concerned about the future or the past.
Exactly.
We're more cognizant of the moment. You're very present in the moment, and it's a great place to live.
You can make better decisions. And the beautiful thing about you is that you can show it on the screen.
Well, that's true.
Are you at zero? Well, let's check.
Well, it's the measurable frequencies that determine when we're really in sync like that. I think that, for me, I recognize that, my tendency is to live in the future. And I don't mean just thinking way in the future. I mean, I can be in a meeting, I'm thinking about the next meeting, you know what I mean?
Sure, we'd all do that.
That's been pointed out to me by my colleagues, this is what you do. And so one of the things I try to do is I don't look at being in the now as an absolute. In other words, it's not just one place.
No,
it's like,
and also what I say is you don't go to zero and, today I've been at zero all day. No, it's a second, but in that second you change your future.
That's right, exactly right. In a second you change your future, and I think what's the most important for me, and I would suggest for many people, is to be present in the moment. Exactly. I mean, there's a lot going on around us right now as we are here at this big conference.
Sure.
But we are together. And we're focusing on our conversation that hopefully you will get something out of. And that's the purpose of the now, right now.
Yeah, and you talk about the future, but I think very important that HeartMath also allows you to let go of the past. Because because we live so much in the past, and that's part of the big problem we have. And we keep repeating, like Joe Dispenza mentioned, how are you going to change a different future if you are just replaying your past?
Well, I know your work involves a lot of that, of getting people to move beyond the old and the limitations and the statements that they make and how they do that. And I think that's all good work that's important for
and coming back, going back to ancient, Oponopono is ancestral. And, so it's going back to our roots and remembering.
I really showed that the people that I saw that feeling your heart. Feel your feel.
Good.
Yes. 3 things that you do in your life to maintain this feel.
Maintain the feel. One is I try to appreciate as much as possible. You can interchange the word gratitude if you want, but I try to be appreciative of everything. I try to notice. The second thing is I try to notice when my thoughts and feelings are on I would call it a down slant, meaning it's going this way.
You are conscious.
Complaining. I'm seeing the bad in a situation. I'm over-identified with something. All that. I try to be observant of that, and as soon as I can, try to shift it back the other direction.
Yeah.
That's the third thing that I do. And I think it's important to have a regular spiritual practice of some kind, whatever feels right to you, but to do that every single day and to build it into your lifestyle, whether it's Ho'opono or meditation or HeartMath or whatever it is.
Yes.
Make sure that you build it into your life. For me, I do a heart-focused technique called the heart lock-in technique that we developed. No big deal, but it's just one of our techniques. And I build it into my life. Every morning I do that. It's just like every morning I will brush my teeth. Well, every morning that's built into the schedule. No matter how busy I am or where I am, that happens. So take whatever feels right to you, whatever methods are resonating with you. Build that into your lifestyle and make it consistent. And then just appreciate all the good things in your life. And when you catch yourself going the other direction, just say, whoops, not now. You go back the other way.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's letting go moment by moment, being an observer, and knowing that when I engage, when I'm thinking or something, that doesn't bring me what I'm really looking for. So it's moment by moment being able to let go and let God. For me, it's been grateful to know, to take responsibility, knowing it's me, it's not the people that I really want to do something about, but the 100% responsibility set me free, plus forgiveness. For me, forgiveness is very important moment here, because the problem is not what somebody did to you, but living in the past, and carrying this person with you. So it's forgiving here so that you can also be free,
right,
and create a different future.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The last question, please tell us. The science and the spiritual can work together.
Science.
The science and spiritual can work together.
Absolutely, and they already are.
Science is confirming spirituality.
And scientists need to be more spiritual, so it goes both ways.
Exactly.
Take
Thank
care.
you so much,
Bye, everyone.
Howard. Thank you, Mike.